Sales does not reward the most talented, but it does reward the most stable. You can be elite at prospecting, you can run a perfect discovery, you can handle objections better than anybody else in the office, you can be the best closer in history like your boy. Just kidding, a little bit, kind of, not really. But if you fall apart after 3 no's in a row, you will never reach your potential. Talent gets you started. Stability gets you paid. And today I'm breaking down the 5th pillar of elite sales performance, and that's sales resilience and adaptability. This is the difference between top performers and reps who burn out every 18 months. When I say sales resilience, what comes to your mind? Most people think sales resilience is about being tough. Wrong. It's mental discipline when your environment becomes unstable. So let me ask you another question. What happens to your confidence? What happens to your energy after 3 straight rejections? Does it stay the same or does it drop? Sales resilience is staying steady when a hot lead ghosts you, when a deal that you've been working for a long time on falls apart after you've mentally spent the commission. We've all done it. Maybe for the 5th time today, another client tells you that they have to think about it. Or maybe you've watched somebody in your office who you know is not as talented as you are close deals time and time again that you've lost. Resilience isn't pretending that it doesn't bother you. It's refusing to let it control you. Think of it like crossing a suspended bridge. The bridge will sway, it'll shake, it may even feel unsafe, but there's only one way to get to the other side. You have to keep walking. If you step onto the bridge and immediately step off the moment it moves, you will never cross. Sales is that bridge. The market will sway, buyers will hesitate, and deals will collapse. Your job isn't to stop the bridge from swaying or moving. Your job is to stay balanced while it does. Resilience is also responding strategically. It's not reacting emotionally, which is the reason most reps lose deals. It's not for a lack of knowledge. It's because they have poor emotional control. Weak sales resilience looks like when you get rejected, your tone shifts, your energy drops, your certainty and your conviction and your confidence drops. And buyers feel that immediately. Have you ever felt like nothing can go wrong? Have you ever just been on a hot streak, deal after deal after deal? Everybody's buying. You feel like you don't even care if they buy. And the less that you care, the more they buy. That's not coincidence. That's your energy transferring from you to the person sitting across the table. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, have you ever felt like you were in a slump? Have you ever felt like there's nothing you can do? You've just lost your entire sales process. You start second guessing, you start doubting. Maybe you couldn't give away your product. My point is, your energy, whether that's good or bad, can be felt. Resilience keeps you steady, but the other half is adaptability. Adaptability keeps you relevant. You can be emotionally strong, but still fail or not hit your potential if you refuse to adjust. Markets evolve. Buyers get smarter, objections change. We got AI now, attention spans shrink. The rep who says this used to work is already behind. That sentence alone tells me everything I need to know. Elite reps, top reps, they don't defend old strategies. They're willing to test new ones. They ask themselves things like, what's working right now? What are buyers responding to today? What objections am I hearing more often now than I used to hear? If your pitch sounds the same as it does 5 years ago, you are out of date. I'm sorry. If you blame the economy, you're avoiding growth. If you blame leads, you're avoiding responsibility. Adaptability is humility. And it's being coachable. Nobody likes to work with somebody who's not coachable. It's watching film on yourself and saying, where am I predictable? Where am I losing control? What part of the process do I feel stuck? And if you really want to produce at a high level, evaluate yourself regularly. The strongest reps evaluate themselves quarterly. Average reps evaluate themselves annually. And that gap compounds. And this is the part that most people will not say out loud. I see reps fail all the time because they are emotionally unstable. And nobody calls it that. They call it things like burnout, market conditions, bad leads. But let's call it for what it is. That's instability. One bad lead turns into self-doubt. Self-doubt turns into hesitation. And hesitation kills conviction. And conviction closes deals. Let me say that again. Conviction closes deals. If your confidence rises and falls with your commission check, you are not in control. You're outsourced to outcomes. And when outcomes fluctuate, which they always do in sales, so do you. That creates the roller coaster in sales that everybody thinks is just normal. High month, low month, high month, low month. And that instability bleeds into your family, your mindset, your long-term vision. Resilience builds that internal stability, not external validation. If you're gonna be elite, you have to stop allowing your identity to change based on one deal. Elite reps don't have an identity that's tied to a single deal. Their identity is tied to their standard. Now let's get practical. Sales resilience is not personality-based. It's trained. And here's how you build it. You're gonna track your behaviors, not your outcomes. Outcomes are lagging indicators. One thing I want you to remember, whatever you are experiencing right now is a result of what you were doing 90 days ago. If your life is great right now, if you have checks coming in consistently, chances are 90 days ago, you were probably going crazy with your prospecting. You were making your phone calls, you were sending your emails, you were meeting new people. Now, on the opposite end of that, if you're a little bit financially behind right now or not in the best spot, think about what you were doing 90 days ago. Chances are you probably weren't doing those things, or at least not doing them to the best of your ability. Behavior is controllable. I want you to start tracking your calls made every single day, your conversions started, your appointments set, your follow-ups sent, and the discovery questions that you ask. If you only are tracking your commission, you'll always feel behind. So start controlling your inputs. Track those things. The second thing I want you to do is review your losses objectively. When a deal falls apart, don't spiral. Study it. Where did it fall apart? At what point in my process did I lose them? Did I not use enough tie downs? Did I not build enough rapport? Did they open up to me? Did I freeze at the closing table or when they gave me objections? Things like that. Detach your ego. Emotion kills growth. But if you can take those losses and learn from them, you will see yourself grow. The other thing I want you to do is train under pressure. I see so many people role playing and just going through the motions and practicing their responses. No, tell the person that you're role playing with to challenge you. Throw something at you that you've never heard before, and you have 5 seconds to respond before the game is over, or whatever the case is. Just make something up on the fly, but practice makes perfect. Don't do it casually. Do it with intensity. If the practice feels easy, it's useless. I mean, think about it. Professional athletes, they practice under game situations. Professional salespeople should do the same thing. If I need to think about it, or I have to talk to my partner or my spouse, if that still makes you freeze up, you don't train enough. The other thing I want you to do is detach from individual deals. No single deal defines you, but patterns do. Let me explain. One single deal lost is feedback, but 5 deals lost to the same objection, that's a pattern, and you can fix patterns. Emotional spirals are not productive. Resilience is built like a muscle, and you build it through controlled stress. And you don't get better by avoiding tension. You get better by managing the tension, going through it so much that you know exactly how to respond and stay cool. This is exactly why the Alpha Sales Aptitude Test measures resilience and adaptability. It doesn't just assess how you talk or how you react when things are smooth. It actually assesses how you react under pressure and how you respond emotionally and mentally under pressure or when things get uncomfortable. Do you still speak with conviction even though they've given you an objection that you really don't know how to overcome? Do you stay calm when the buyer pulls back, or do you start acting desperate and salesy? Do you lean in? Do you direct the buyer, or do you retreat?
Why are you running?
Because under pressure, your true level and your true skill shows. And I'll say it, a lot of reps overestimate their stability until they're tested. And you don't want to find out that you're emotionally unstable while you're going through the biggest deal you've ever tried to close in your life. You want to be able to fix those things or those possible issues, or at least improve them deal by deal. So if your income feels inconsistent, if your confidence rises and falls with your last sale, and if you feel like you're just capable of more but you can't stabilize, it's a resilience issue. And if that's not fixed, you'll stay on the sales roller coaster. So if you want to know exactly where you stand across all 5 pillars, including sales resilience and adaptability, take my assessment. The link will be pinned in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.